Sultan Husayn Mirza Bayqara was born in Herat in June to July 1438 C.E.to Ghiyas ud-Dīn Mansur Mirza son of Bayqarah Mirza I son of Umar Shaikh Mirza I son of Amir Timur Beg Gurkani. He was the Timurid ruler of Herat from 1469 till May 4, 1506, with a brief interruption in 1470. Early life and distinguished lineage. Ghiyas ud-Dīn Mansur Mirza of the Baulas tribe was married to Firoza Sultan Begum, daughter of Sultan Husayn son of Muhammad Beg son of Amir Musa of the powerful Tabriz tribe. To them were born two sons named Bayqarah Mirza II and Sultan Husayn Mirza, as well as two daughters. Sultan Husayn Mirza, in addition to Timurid and Genghis Khanid lines, also claimed descent in the 9th generation from Khwaja Abdullah Ansari of Herat, also known as Pir-e Herat. His father died when he was around 7 or 8 years of age. Given that his father was not a noteworthy personality in the Timurid family, he took the name Sultan Husayn Mirza Bayqara after his more illustrious head father. After consulting with his mother, he entered the service of his older cousin Mirza Abul Qasim Baba bin Bayqara, ruler of Herat. In 1452, Mirza Abul Qasim Baba was not the best ruler. He mismanaged his territory and went into battle against Abu Said Mirza, the Timurid ruler of Samarkand. Sultan Husayn Mirza, not happy with his employment, tried to go over to Abu Said Mirza by meeting with him. Although Abu Said was inclined to take him into his service, a rebellion on part of Sultan Husayn Mirza's relative, Sultan Uwais Mirza son of Muhammad Mirza son of Bayqarah Mirza, induced Abu Said to arrest Sultan Husayn Mirza and other relatives as a precaution. Eventually, on the plea of his mother, Firoza Begum, he was freed and he rejoined Mirza Abul Qasim Baba bin Bayqara till Baba's death 2 years later. Period of anarchy in Khorasan. Following Baba's death in 1457, a period of anarchy ensued in Khorasan. Economic instability and lack of central authority with frequent regime changes invited the invasion of Khorasan by the Timurid ruler of Samarkand, Abu Said Mirza, who occupied Herat on July 19, 1457. But Abu Said Mirza immediately abandoned the city in order to deal with troubles at home. Next came the invasion of Kara Koyunlu leader Muzaffar al-Din Jahan Shah ibn Yusuf, who took Mazandaran. During this chaotic time, Khorasan was divided into many territories: Astrabad to Sabzeva. Muzaffar al-Din Jahan Shah ibn Yusuf of Kara Koyunlu, Book Abu Said Mirza, Timurid ruler of Transoxiana. Abavad Alayudid Aula Mirza bin Bayqara, Herat, Ibrahim Mirza, Tursanam Ahmad Fortress, Shah Mahmud Mirza, Marv, Sultan Sunja Mirza, Sistan, Farah and Amp, Isfizar, Malik Hashim ibn Amir Iskander Turkmen and Amir. In Merv and Khwarazm, Sultan Husayn Mirza, unable to compete with these rivals, adopted the life of a mercenary and joined Sultan Sunja Mirza of Merv, who married him to his daughter Beqa Sultan Begum. To them was born Badi al-Zaman Mirza. Sultan Sunja Mirza and Sultan Husayn Mirza got along well, but in July 1457, when Sunja appointed Husayn in charge of the city while he was absent, Husayn tried to take power after he suspected the chief dignitary Hassan Alat of plotting to kill him. Emirs loyal to Sunja revolted and the attempt failed. Sultan Husayn Mirza was forced to escape with just 5 horsemen, but outside the city he was joined by the head of security of trade caravans of Orangi sector, named Hasan Chakas, and his 200 men. This would become Sultan Husayn Mirza's first mercenary force. To solidify this new relationship, he married Hasan Chakas' daughter named Afak Begum. He was chased by Sunja Mirza to Karakum desert. He was continuously pursued by Sunja till he was forced to march towards Khwarizm, where he remained between the deserts of Mavinkiva. Timurid-Kara Koyanlu conflict. Recognizing the weakness of Timurid authority in Herat, Jahan Shah of Karakoyanlu invaded Namp, took the city on June 28, 1458, which was now occupied by Ibrahim Mirza's father Ala-ud-Dīn Mirza bin Baysankor. But Abu Said Mirza could not tolerate this, and after negotiations Jahan Shah decided to return territorial demarcation to Shahrukh Mirza's times. Thus, Khorasan, Mazandaran and Jurjan were returned to the Timurids, and Abu Said Mirza returned and took Herat a second time on December 22, 1458. Sultan Husayn Mirza Bayqara vs. Abu Said Mirza. Sultan Husayn Mirza by now had mustered a force of 1,000 men and had taken Jurjan on October 19, 1458 from Karakoyanlu. Sultan Husayn Mirza was just 20 years old. Abu Said Mirza invaded Jurjan, which Sultan Husayn Mirza hastily abandoned and fled towards Khwarizm again. Abu Said Mirza appointed his son Sultan Mahmud Mirza as Jurjan's governor. When Sultan Husayn Mirza learned that Abu Said Mirza had left Herat to crush the rebellion of his relative Muhammad Juki, he attacked Jurjan again, and at the Battle of Jawzi Wali in May 1461 he defeated Sultan Mahmud Mirza and appointed Abd al-Rahman Aghan the territory's governor. However, he could not follow up this victory when he besieged Herat from August-October 1461. Abu Said Mirza returned and Sultan Husayn Mirza again fled towards Khwarizm, from where he began making pillaging raids into Khorasan. These raids were conducted in earnest starting in 1464. Seeking to protect himself against Abu Said, he requested the help of the Uzbeks, but that help never came since Abulkhair Khan, the Uzbek leader, died in 1468. This period of 8 to 10 years was the worst in Sultan Husayn Mirza's life. He wandered from one place to the next, at times in dire straits. Becomes king of Khorasan. When Abu Said Mirza went to invade Koyanlu, he was defeated at the Battle of Narabarandkot. Uzun Hasan handed him over to the 19-year-old Timurid of Shahrukh Mirza's descent named Yadgar Muhammad Mirza, who executed Abu Said Mirza. Upon Abu Said's death, the Timurid Empire collapsed. Taking advantage of Abu Said Mirza's absence, Sultan Husayn Mirza Bayqara had again entered Khorasan and besieged Herat, which he finally captured on March 24, 1469. Thus he became the Timurid ruler of Khorasan. Although the sons of the late Abu Said Mirza went towards Khorasan, but they turned back when they learned that not only had Husayn consolidated his control over Herat, but the defeated army of the father had joined Husayn Mirza. Conflict with Koyanlu and Yadgar Muhammad Mirza. Meanwhile, Uzun Hasan of the Koyanlu sent his protege Yadgar Muhammad Mirza to conquer Khorasan. Husayn defeated Yadgar at the Battle of Chenaran, but the latter was sent reinforcements. Uzun Hasan demanded that Husayn hand over various black sheep officials who had fled to Herat, a demand which Husayn refused. Yadgar therefore continued into Khorasan, and Husayn was unable to match his forces due to mass desertions. He ended up fleeing Herat, which was occupied on July 7, 1470. 6 weeks later, however, Husayn reoccupied the city, after raising a fresh force and defeating the sons of Abu Sa'id who were attempting to advance into Khorasan. He captured Yadgar and executed him. Husayn's empire was now secure. The White Sheep made no further attempts against him, and the Timurids in Transoxiana were too weakened by internal conflicts to advance into his territory. His boundary with the White Sheep started on the southern edge of the Caspian Sea, running south then east across the north of the Dashti Lut, ending at Lake Hamin. His border with the Timurids was the Oxus River. He more or less respected both borders, refusing to cross north in an attempt to capture Transoxiana from the northern Maranid Timurids. He was probably aware of the Uzbek threat to the region, and was wise enough not to pursue a border with this dangerous tribal people. Administration. Husayn was viewed as a good king, a lover of peace and justice, and he built numerous structures including a famous school. However, he was sick with a palsy for 20 years of his reign. He was forced to deal with several revolts and incursions. In 1490 the brother of Husayn's son Ibrahim Husayn's guardian, Darvish Ali, conspired with Sultan Mahmud, who by that time ruled in Hissa. Mahmud moved against Balkh, which Ibrahim resided in, forcing Husayn to mobilize against him. Some years later, Husayn transferred his eldest son, Badi al-Zaman, from Asterabad to Balkh, but Badi revolted when his son Muhammad Mu'min was denied rule in Asterabad. Husayn defeated both Muhammad, whom he executed, and Badi, whom he reconciled with. The truce fell apart afterwards, however, and in 1499 Badi besieged Herat. Uzbek threat. In 1501 the Uzbeks conquered Transoxiana for good from the Timurid Babur. Under Muhammad Shaybani, the Uzbeks could now threaten Khorasan. Suffering from the effects of advanced age, Husayn made no move against them, even after Babur advised him to act. The Uzbeks began conducting raids into Khorasan. Finally changing his mind, he began to march against them but died in 1506 just after beginning his advance. The inheritance of his empire was disputed between his sons Badi and Muzaffar Husayn. Babur, who had begun an expedition in support of Husayn, noted the infighting between the brothers, decided the area was impossible to defend and retreated. The next year, Muhammad Shaybani conquered Herat and caused Husayn's successors to flee, putting an end to Timurid rule in Khorasan. Marriages and progeny. He had 12 wives: Bega Sultan Begum, daughter of Sunja Mirza of Merv; Shuli-Tulik Begum, daughter of one of the chiefs of the Azaks; Shahabanu Begum, daughter of Sultan Abu Sa'id Mirza; Panda Sultan Begum, another daughter of Sultan Abu Sa'id Mirza; Qadia Begiyah Hachai, daughter of Amir Muhammad Sarak bin Amir Muhammad Khawaja; Zainab Sultan Begum, daughter of Amir Taj al-Din Hassan bin Nizam al-Din Shahkaz; Afak Begi Begum, another daughter of Amir Taj al-Din Hassan bin Nizam al-Din Shahkaz; Zubaydah Sultanah Hachai, daughter of Hassan bin Hussein Sheikh Timur of the race of the Shabant Sultans; Latifa Sultanah Hachai, daughter of Amir Sultan Hussein Shah Shanbar and a relative of Jahan Shah; Mangjali Bayqarah Hachai, an Uzbek lady, and a slave girl of Shahabanu Begum; Barbara Hachai, daughter of Khawaja Muhammad Atkar, and foster sister of Zainab Sultan and Afak Begi Begum; Begi Sultanah Hachai, who had not bore any children to the Mirza. He had 14 sons and 11 daughters who lived. Badi al-Zaman Mirza, with Bega Sultan Begum; Shah Garib Mirza, with Qadia Sultan Begum; Muzaffar Husayn Mirza with Qadia Sultan Begum, Abul Hasan Mirza with Latif Sultan Ahad, Muhammad Muhsin Mirza with Latif Sultan Ahad, Abu Tarab Mirza with Mangjali Bai Ahad, Muhammad Husayn Mirza with Mangjali Bai Ahad, Feridun Husayn Mirza with Mangjali Bai Ahad, Haidar Mirza with Painda Sultan Begum, Muhammad Masum Mirza with Babar Ahad, Farooq Husayn Mirza with Babar Ahad, Ibrahim Husayn Mirza with Babar Ahad, Muhammad Qasim Mirza with Babar Ahad, Sultan Begum with Tuli Begum, Ak Begum with Painda Sultan Begum, Gerchek Begum with Painda Sultan Begum, Bega Begum with Painda Sultan Begum, Aga Begum with Painda Sultan Begum, Nizad Sultan Begum with Babar Ahad, Munawar Sultan Begum with Babar Ahad, Sadat Bakht Begum, Begum Sultan with Babar Ahad, Fatima Sultan Begum with Mangjali Bai Ahad, Maryam Sultan Begum with Mangjali Bai Ahad, Aisha Sultan Begum with Zubaydah Ahad,